City skyline breathing slow, concrete rivers far below. I stand above the restless glow, where fewer men will go. Wind presses against my collar, cool, precise, awake. Every risk I take these days is one I've learned to calculate. Neon flickers in the distance, advertising borrowed dreams. I've outgrown the hunger for attention's fragile beams. Guitar hums in monotone, like questions never asked. Confidence is built in silence, not in moving fast. Up here, I redraw the line, rearrange the stakes. The loud makes sudden movements, the quiet orchestrates. Up here, I see the pattern beneath the city noise. A man who masters patience controls the final choice. Rise. Success without foundation is just ego in disguise. Every step from here is measured, every partnership examined. Emotion sits behind the wheel, but discipline commands it. You won't hear the shift occur, you won't see the spark. Realignment happens in the dark.
Below they chase reflections,
Sun above,
above I stand composed.
whoa.
Below they chase reflections,
Sun above, sun above,
below they chase reflections.
sun above,
Below I stand composed.
sun above,
Below they chase reflections.
sun above, sun above, sun above. There's a place where all noise fades, where street and shadow blend, where a man can move with clarity without the need to defend. I walk towards that horizon, where emotion stays contained, not suppressed, just mastered, not cold, just trained. Headlights sweep across the pavement, then disappear again. temporary flashes in a long-term plan. I've learned not to respond to every spark of pride, 'cause permanence is built by those who can decide. At the vanishing point of the city lights, I make my quiet turns. No signal, no confession, just lessons hard earned. At the vanishing point of restless mind, I redraw the line. You don't see the shift, but it's mine. The night air sharpens folks, breathing steady and slow. The strongest kind of movement is the one you never show. I don't need a witness to validate my stride. Direction is internal when ego steps aside. Let them search for headlines, let them chase the spark. I prefer controlled combustion in the dark. At the vanishing point, I turn away. No ceremony, no display. The loud will fade with morning light. I remain beyond the sight, just a lone figure crossing in the deeper night, leaving only a line behind. Smoke drifts thin across the ceiling. Soft percussion marks the hour. There's elegance in hesitation when it's rooted in true power. I observe before engaging, let the moment fully land. Reaction is for impulse, strategy is for a man. Every choice I make tonight was considered days ago. You see calm across my features, you don't see the undertow. Bass hums deep beneath the surface, like decisions sealed in stone. The strongest moves are subtle and often made alone. Calculated grace in motion, no rush to intervene. The loud may chase attention, I master what's unseen. Calculated grace in silence, steady as the tide. There's power in containment when ego steps aside. Yeah. Ego steps aside. I've learned the cost of urgency, of speaking far too soon. Patience build advantage underneath the moon. So I let the room reveal itself, let patterns come to light. A man who studies shadows navigates the night. You call it quiet, I call it control. The candle flickers once, decision made. Every city has foundations hidden under stone, strength you never notice until it stands alone. I learned to build in darkness, lay structure out of sight. The loud construct illusions, I construct the night. Blueprints in my memory, plans beneath the calm. I don't speak of what I'm shaping, I let results disarm. Drums barely touch the surface, bass steady and restrained. Real momentum doesn't tremble, it simply remains. I'm building silent architecture, brick by brick unseen. No flashing lights, no spectacle, just discipline between. I'm building silent architecture, where patience sets the tone. And when the structure rises, it will stand on its own. I've walked away from arguments that offered nothing back. Energy is currency, and I don't waste it on attack. Some men chase quick victories, celebrate too fast. I invest in permanence, in something built to last. Not understands ambition, it doesn't beg for life. Some of us were wired to operate at night. Silent architecture, steady and profound, the strongest designs in history. You could miss him if you blink. He never stands at the edge of the brink. He never raised his voice in rage, never fought for center stage. When the room was filled with heat, he leaned back, crossed his feet. He watched empires rise and fall, never needed to stand tall, because height ain't measured loud, and strength don't beg a crowd. He lost things he won't explain, buried pride beneath the pain, folded grief inside his coat, never let it reach his throat. Some men break and make a sound, some just tighten up their crown. He never raised his voice, still the room respected his choice. Didn't threaten, didn't dream, didn't advertise his need. He moved slow, he moved wide, steel was hidden in his eyes. When betrayal knocked his door, he didn't pace across the floor. He just recalculated lines, cutting ties in silent signs. No revenge in what he planned, just distance drawn by steady hand. He understands the cost of war and what restraint is for. Candlelight reflects his face, years of discipline and grace. He doesn't rush to prove he's right, he just sleeps well at night. Storms will come again, but thunder doesn't shake that man. He never raised his voice, still he always had a choice. Walk away or stay and fight. He chose calm over might, and that's the kind of poise that never needs a noise. But you'll feel it when he's gone. The room is long gone quieter, laughter left the air. Only low light and reflections rest gently in my chair. I've seen men chase ovations like oxygen for pride. applause is just a moment, then the echo has to hide. What matters is what lingers when the spotlight fades to black. When you're left with who you are and what you didn't like. Baseline steady underneath me, grounded, calm, precise. I've learned the cost of spectacle. It really pays twice after the applause. Who are you alone without the noise around you, without the borrowed tone? After the applause, do you still stand tall, or did you build your empire on a temporary I prefer a quieter legacy, built without display, because presence forged in silence doesn't fade away. Emotion doesn't run me, it sits beside the wheel. I acknowledge every feeling, but I decide what's real. No curtain call, just a lineman. Candlelight leans across the table, amber resting in my hand. The room hums low in minor chords, soft drums like distant sand. I've learned to sit with silence without the need to fill the air. A man who understands restraint doesn't advertise he's there. The loud rehearse their confidence, projected through the room. I let mine settle slowly, like smoke beneath the gloom. Every word I choose is measured, every pause intentional, 'cause presence built on discipline is nearly dimensional. This is the discipline of quiet, the art of standing still, of holding storms behind the eyes, through patience and through will. I move without announcement, no spectacle to deploy. The strongest kind of power makes no unnecessary noise. Swallow pride before it spoke, let ego lose its seat, because a calm and centered man is difficult to defeat. The guitar bends slow and thoughtful, like memory refined by time. I don't chase validation, my alignment is my sign. There is weight in composure, in breathing slow and deep, in knowing what to answer and what to never keep. The candle burns lower, nothing in the room has changed, but something in me has a line. Midnight leans against the buildings, street lights flicker hard and thin. My footsteps trace the broken pavement, where the noise of day has never been. Guitar bleeds through the silence, low and patient in my veins. Every note a quiet reminder, some victories don't make names. Windows glow like distant memories, behind curtains drawn too tight. Everyone fights their private battles, I just prefer mine out of sight. No raised voice, no restless movement, no need to prove control. The strongest shifts in any city happen deep inside the soul. I don't announce my intention, I don't rehearse my plan. I let decisions ripen slowly before I move my hand. I move like shadows over asphalt lines, deliberate steps, no warning sign. The loud may chase their borrowed shine, but I build mine in the night. There's power in restraint, and knowing when to wait, and letting opportunities reveal their natural weight. I've seen ambition self-destruct from speaking far too soon. Patience is a sharpened blade that cuts without a wound. Every street I cross remembers the man I used to be. Reactive, loud, impatient, chasing visibility. But growth don't scream for witnesses. It happens quietly. I move like shadows over asphalt lines. Purpose in my quiet spine. Not every empire needs a sign. Some are built in the night. Streetlight fades behind me, city breathing slow. I leave no sound, no evidence, just a direction only I know. The bar clock ticks like patience across the smoky air. I've learned that rushing outcomes leads nowhere. Candlelight leans closer, but never pushes hard. Some victories are harvested, not torn apart. A younger version who needed to be seen. Now I build momentum without stepping in between. Observation over impulse, alignment over pride. Because a man who masters waiting controls the tide. I am the man who waits, passive, not afraid, just calculating angles before the move is made. I am the man who waits, stillness by design. The loud confuse it with weakness, they always do. That's fine. Patience crumble under its own speed. Ambition without structure is just disguised greed. The guitar bends low and steady, like a thought becoming clear. You don't have to chase the future when direction's already here. Waiting isn't freezing, it's preparing to decide. The glass is empty, the timing is empty. The timing is right. Mostly black. The cleaning crew already gone. No audience to react. Tie loosen, sleeves roll clean, paperwork aligned. Not chasing recognition, just refining the design. Clock ticks without emotion. Time don't sympathize. Either build deliberately or get consumed by noise. Bass steady like my breathing. Drums barely touch the air. There's a power in consistency most men never bear. 2M off is light, quiet empire inside. While they sleep and talk tomorrow, I prepare tonight. 2 a.m. off is light, no applause required. The loud burn out by morning, the discipline get higher. I've learned to detach from ego, detach from quick acclaim, because reputation built in silence outlasts a famous name. Emails never show the hours, contracts hide the grind, but foundations laid in darkness are the strongest you can find. Nobody claps for preparation, nobody sees restraint. But when the moment finally comes, precision never faints. Light switches off behind me, elevator hums down slow. City still asleep, but I know. volume's low. Shadows pooling in corners, candlelight trembling on polished wood. I sit alone, drink in hand, watching the slow rhythm of life outside. Decisions weigh quietly in my chair, each choice deliberate, measured, unseen. Guitar strings hum, warm analog tones. Brush drums brush soft as my thoughts drift. Segment 3, observation. A stranger laughs, smoke drifts from a cigarette. The bartender wipes a glass, his eyes tired. I see everything without intrusion, every movement, a note in the night song. Sagement for internal contemplation. My struggles remain unspoken, unseen. Handle with calm intensity, discretion. The candlelight reflects my quiet resolve. Each flicker a marker of decision, made in silence. Segment 5, departure. The bar empties, shadows stretch longer. I rise slowly, coat over arm. Outside the city breeze, unaware of me. A gentleman vanishing into the night with purpose. He didn't wait for the bartender, just rested his palm on the wood. The night already felt tender, like you know he would. Candlelight leaned toward his glass. Is it to listen close? Some men drink to forget the past. You drank to notice. The room moved slow, intentionally, like it was holding breath. He sat there with a responsibility, not flirting with death. Tears slid through brush pounding bass, like it advice never falls. Heal her patience leaves a trace where panic destroys. He remembered when choices screamed, demanding to be made. That his scissors came quiet and clean. Instead, he lost the urge to chase relief. Trusted weight, not belief, or threats. Some men order noise, I order time. Bartender nodded, nothing said. His break needs no display. He paid for what he already read in himself that day. Outside the street made room for him, like it always does. A man who's learned to live within knows less. At order 10 and finished it slowly. The candle flickers, its flame dancing with my thoughts. I draw in a long breath, feel the smoke curl around the air. Faces drift past, laughter like echoes in a hollow hall. I sit unmoving, letting the warmth of guitar hum wash over me. Every choice I've made tonight, and every one before, way softly in the dim light, like ash falling into a glass. Brush drums whisper secrets, steady and discreet. I let the world rush by, I remain deliberate still. I notice the bartender polishing glasses, the quiet clink. I notice the shadows stretching across the floor. And I know no one sees Gentlemen in thought, moving without sound. Take another sip, let the warmth settle. My eyes trace the candle's reflection in the dark. The night is mine, a companion to my reflection. I leave no trace, yet everything is marked inside. Music swells gently, carrying my calm intensity. Every note aligns with a heartbeat I dare not show. And when the hour passes, I rise discreet, a quiet man leaving the room. Cold hands in my pockets deep, warm thoughts I'll never share, promises I didn't keep, still taught me how to care. I don't react, I calculate, I don't beg, I choose. Some men wait for fate, I teach fate how to move. No anger in my chest, just focus in my eyes. I learned how to rest without a ooze, without ever asking why. Cold hands, clear decisions, no drama, no delay. I don't deal in broken visions, I just quietly obey. Every step intentional, every turn controlled. I don't need to be memorable, I just need to be whole. City breeze and broken beats, drums of distant cars. I've learned which pain repeats and which pain leaves scars. I don't drown in yesterday, I don't borrow from tomorrow. I just walk another way, carrying my sorrow. Cold hands, clear decisions, I don't second guess, I don't live for permission, I live with less. No speeches, no display, no crowd to impress. I don't need a brighter day, I just need progress. Stillness is a weapon, if you learn how to hold it. Silence is a lesson, if you don't oversell it. I don't freeze, I don't fold, I adapt and remain. I've survived the cold, now I use the pain. Street light fades behind my back, another block complete. I don't fear what I lack, I just trust my feet. Cold hands, clear decisions, that's how I stay alive. No false ambitions, no need to arrive. If they ask what I became, I won't answer or pretend, I just walk my lane until the end. Cold night, steady heart.
Silence paid a bill tonight before I even moved. The room felt lighter when I stood, like it approved. I didn't know the past a thing, not even grief. I learned what quiet settling brings is relief. Men confuse noise for being real. I've done it too. But silence sharpens how you feel what's true. The bar reflected less of me as I prepared to step back into what could be repaired. Jazz lingered like a final thought. You don't resist, some lessons can't be taught. I button come into my chest like armor thin, not to protect me from the rest, but from within. Silence paid the bill, I walk free. Outside the city didn't ask who I'd become. It gave me distance, gave me task and drum. I disappear without a sound, that's planned. A man who knows when he's been found moves on. Silence paid the bill. And stay. Streetlights guide my careful way through alleys where secrets soundingly sway. Every action measured, deliberate true. I move like a shadow, the city in my view.
watch how the night unfolds, stories untold in whispers and cold, a life observed but never touched, every step meaningful, never rushed. This is the gentleman's path, quiet and sure, through smoky nights I walk secure. No one sees me, it all is known. I move in silence, and yet I've gone. Well, one electric guitar hums my tone, bass and drums guide me alone. I lead my morning, door number 5, the gentle power calling within. I glide past windows, reflections and tears, yet every shadow bends when I'm near. A subtle presence, felt but unseen, a moving force, precise and true. This is the gentleman's path, quiet and sure, through smoky nights I walk secure. No one sees me, it all is known. I move in silence, and yet I've gone. And that stretches long, I've vanished with ease. A man in control, moving as he please.
The city whispers, but I don't respond. I move through darkness, quiet and fun. Every street, every alley I know, I follow a compass only I can show. Eyes watch, but they cannot see the life I lead, deliberate and free. Each step calculated, each move exact. A man in silence, nothing lacks. Silent compass, guide my way through smoky nights where shadows play. No
whisper gently, guiding our lot. I leave only echoes, nothing to find, a quiet existence, deliberate mind. Every corner tells a story untold. Every shadow bends, every street bold. I am the man moving in stillness and calm, a gentleman walking, a subtle charm. Silent compass, guide my way through smoky nights where shadows play. No one follows, no one knows the path I take as the night flows. The city waits, but I remain, a shadow moving, free of chains.
Smoke drifts upward, catching candle flames. Guitar bends warm and interlock. Bass holds a soft foundation beneath. Drums brush lightly, a whisper in the night. You turn them on a low. I measure every decision at a glance, holding personal battles unspoken. Life moves fast beyond this quiet space, but here I am, deliver it. Come to compose. Observation of others, patrons laugh, chatter floats through air. I notice gestures, pauses, hidden truths. The night folds around me like a crow. I sit fully present, yet unseen. A segment for self-reflection, every thought considered, every breath intentional. I manage struggles without display. Candlelight mirrors the steadiness within.
a quiet force, composed and aware. Segment 5, resolution. When the night ends, I rise, coat draped overhaul. Step in the streets, unaware of my existence. A gentleman vanishing into silence. Intensity and calm held together. Measure emotion.
Every night is a lesson, every step a choice. I move in the quiet, guided by my voice. Though the city hums with noise and light, I navigate softly, embracing the night. Eyes watch, but never truly see the depth of calm, the complexity. I make my moves, deliberate control, a story of strength, quietly told. Silent decisions the world doesn't know. I shape my life where the shadows grow. No need for words, my path is clear. I walk in silence without fear. The soulful guitar cuts through the night, warm bass like a heartbeat, steady and right. Drums whisper like rain on the street. I move, I breathe in perfect beat. Life unfolds loud and fast, but I linger, observe, make moments last. A man in control, yet unseen, a lone figure, calm and keen. Silent decisions the world doesn't know. I shape my life where the shadows grow. No need for words, my path is clear. I walk in silence without fear. The city sleeps, I remain awake. a man in the night, leaving no mistake. The streets are velvet beneath my feet. Every step deliberate, measured, sweet. Streetlights flicker like fading stars. I'll move through silence, carrying scars. I watch the city, its secrets and lies. I take no part, just observe with my eyes. Every sound softened, every movement slow. I act with precision, letting no one know. Velvet streets, my quiet stage. I move unseen, beyond the cage. No one notices, no one knows the life I lead as the night flows. Guitar hums, bass runs deep, drums tick softly, secrets to keep. Every step intentional, every breath mine. I move like the night, deliberate, fine. Through alleys, dark and corners bare, I glide like a phantom aware. No need for words, no need for fame. I carve my path unknown, untamed. Velvet streets, my quiet stage. I move unseen, beyond the cage. No one notices, no one knows the life I lead as the night flows. The morning creeps, I fade from sight. A man of shadows, embracing night. Midnight leans against the corners of the street. Street lights hum like they know my name. No rush in my breath, no sound in my feet. I move like a thought that never complains. Windows flicker, stories I won't read. Everyone's loud behind closed doors. I learned early what silence means. It's safer than asking for more. don't talk to mirrors, they already know. I don't chase the echoes, I just let them go. I make my moves in the quiet, when no one's watching the flow. I don't need fire or a riot, just a hand on a closing door. I leave no marks, no sirens, the shadows where I've been. I walk away before the violence of letting the world look in. Coffee's cold in a diner at 3. Waitress don't ask where I'm from. Men like me pay silently and leave before the questions come. I've seen dreams die on barroom floors, heard hope cracking a glass. I learned not to beg for more, I learned how to let things pass. I make my moves in the quiet, when the city holds its breath. I don't confuse peace with silence, I just learned how to walk with less. No applause, no warning, no need to explain. I step out before the morning, like I was never framed. Some men shout to feel alive, some men bleed just to be seen. I learned how to survive by staying somewhere in between. Pain taught me how to stand, loss taught me when to bend. I don't shake hands with plans, I just see them to the end. A coat pulled tight, the night is mine. Shoes know every crack and line. I don't waste time, I let it run. Every move already done. I make my moves in the quiet, no witness, no regret. I don't light fires to deny it, I just don't forget. If you look back you won't find it, just an empty street at dawn. I was here then I was gone. Oh, only shadows remember my name.
Candlelight flickers across polished surfaces. The jazz bar hums low and inviting. Guitar bends warm, bass flows steady. Drums brush softly, carrying the night. Segment 2, reflection. I sit absorbing life quietly. Choices, decisions, internal battles unspoken. Every breath intentional, every gesture deliberate. I move through shadows, fully aware, fully composed. Segment 3, observation. Faces pass, laughter rises and fades. I notice subtleties unseen by all the night stretches. A companion to thought. I remain fully present, yet entirely discreet. Segment 4, inner deliberation. Struggles handled with quiet intensity. Life navigated with discretion and purpose. Candlelight mirrors the calm within. Every movement aligned with internal precision. Segment 5, departure. The hour ends, I rise, coat draped, footsteps off. Outside, streets empty, world unaware. A gentleman moving in silence, deliberate and tense, leaving only echoes of quiet mastery behind.
The city hums beyond the bar's door, but inside, shadows dance across dim walls. Guitar tones warm, bass flows low. The night feels heavy, rich with untold thoughts. I cradle my drink, feeling the weight of invisible choices. Each one deliberate, each one shaping the quiet man I am. No applause, no witness, no need for recognition. Just the calm intensity of a life handled discreetly. Candlelight flickers on my face, revealing nothing. Yet I see everything, fleeting expressions, whispered conversations. The rhythm of existence moving past me. I absorb, I calculate, I navigate silently. The bar becomes a world of its own. Every note, every brush of drums guiding my thoughts. I leave no mark, yet every movement is purposeful. A gentleman moving through shadows, controlled, unbroken. The night stretches on, stretching me along its current. And when the last patrons vanish, I follow the same silent path. A man of discretion, a life of quiet intensity, disappearing into darkness without a sound.
itself like a decision already made and lived. No hesitation in his vision, no need to forgive. The bar reflected him in parts. Glass never shows the whole. He stitched himself from broken starts into control. Some men confuse silence with fear. He knew the cost, he'd paid attention year by year, and lost enough illusions to stand still without collapsing. Stillness is a practice skill worth mastering. A couple laughed 2 stools away. He smiled, not bitter. Joy isn't loud when it's real, they say. It's quieter. He folded pain the way you fold a jacket clean, not hiding it, just keeping hold of what it means. He didn't speak, he arrived. When he stood, the room adjusted without a sound. Presence doesn't need to be trusted. It's found. The door closed gentle behind his back. No need to rush. A man like that doesn't crack, he hushes. He carried himself, and that was enough. The bar is breathing slow tonight. Candlelight shaking on the wall. Piano keys, don't ask me why. They just fall. I sit where shadows know my name, where men don't speak unless they must. I spilled enough truth in the rain. Now I trust. Whiskey never asks questions, it just listens well. I've learned to do the same thing since I fell. Bartender wipes another glass like he's erasing sins. Some men talk about the past, I let it spin. I don't need to be understood, I just need to stay precise. I've done the best I could at a reasonable price. My suit still fits my former life, though I've lost a man or two. I learned decisions cut like knives if you rush them through. So I breathe, I wait, I sip, let the moment settle down. I don't let my fingers slip when fate comes around. Whiskey never asks questions, that's why I stay.
Candlelight dances across amber liquid. Guitar hums low, bass flowing beneath. Drums brush softly, a gentle heartbeat. I sit, a quiet presence, observing all. Segment 2, contemplation, decisions made in private, struggles handled unseen. Every breath deliberate, every thought measured. Life outside rushes, oblivious to my pace. I move in calm intensity, fully composed. I move in calm intensity, fully composed. Segment 3, observation. The bartender hums softly, wiping a glass. Strangers laugh, smoke curls upward in lazy spirals. I absorb everything without intrusion. A gentleman moving quietly, intensely, deliberately. Segment 4, in a monologue, every gesture reflects careful consideration. Every heartbeat aligns with the rhythm of thoughts. Candlelight mirrors my quiet resolve, each flicker a silent testament to inner discipline. Segment 5, exit. The bar empties, the night stretches outward. I rise, coat over arm, vanish into streets asleep. A subtle presence felt but unseen. A man moving in deliberate, calm silence.
steps down the worn wood bar. I sit alone, nursing who we are. The night wraps tight, thick with haze, every thought a silent phrase. The guitar hums deep, bass carries low, drums brush gently, soft and slow. I ponder life, my choices, my way, the quiet struggles I face each day. Last call thoughts, heavy and true, a gentleman's mind, quietly blue. No eyes notice, no words reveal the careful steps I quietly feel. Candlelight flickers on my lined face. I take my time, I hold my space. Every decision deliberate, every breath mine. I navigate the night, one quiet line. I am here, yet I fade away, a silent presence, soft as clay. No applause, no gaze to claim. I walk my life without the fame. Last call thoughts, heavy and true, a gentleman's mind, quietly blue. No eyes notice, no words reveal the careful steps I quietly feel. The night dissolves, I leave in silence, problems unsolved.
I pass the cafes where laughter dies. I hear their stories, their hidden lies. The city hums, but I am still a man observing, bending will. Each street a river of fleeting light. I walk along my purpose drive. I Feel the pulse beneath neon haze. Every secret, every gaze. I do not speak, yet I understand. The hidden wars no one commands. I move through chaos, calm, contained. A silent mind, a quiet flame. Between the lines I make my mark. A lone man wandering through the dark. No eyes on me, no one to see. The quiet life I live silently. Windows reflect the ghosts I meet. I linger in shadows soft and discreet. Every choice weighed, every step precise. Life unfolds like a roll of dice. I know the world will never know the silent power of the man below. I am the observer, the night my stage. Every step a story, every thought a page. Between the lines I make my mark. A lone man wandering through the dark. No eyes on me, no one to see. The quiet life I live silently. Creeps in, the city awakes. I fade into nothing as silence takes. The city fears to tread. Footsteps quiet, every word unsaid. The night hums low, thick with sound. I glide like a ghost, nowhere bound. I watch the lives that flash and fade. I make my moves in the quiet shade. The world is loud, but I am still a man with purpose, iron will. The silent gentleman, walking alone through empty streets. I make my own, no eyes to follow, no voice to hear. I move through darkness,
choice to liberate. Every step true, a life in shadow, yet full view. No one notices the power I hold, the quiet strength, calm and bold. I am the man who walks the night, a shadow moving out of sight. The silent gentleman, walking alone through empty streets. I make my own, no eyes to follow, no voice to hear. I move through darkness, calm and clear. Silent gentleman, walking alone through empty streets. I make my own, no eyes to follow, no voice to hear. I move through darkness, calm and clear. The morning rises, I disappear, a quiet force, no one near. I stroll where the street lamps bend. Every corner holds a truth I can't pretend. The night is thick, the air a velvet cloak. I speak in action, not in words I spoke. Eyes watch from windows unaware. Pass like a secret, dissolved in the air. Life unfolds around me, loud and fast. But I linger, observe, let nothing last. I am the midnight gentleman, alone, refined. I move with purpose, leaving no sign. The world can roar, the city can spin. I remain still, the calm within. Subtle drum mark the rhythm of my pace. Electric guitar hums in my quiet space. I take the path where silence leads and plant my steps like scattered seeds. I am not lost, I am unseen, a moving shadow in a midnight scene. No rush, no chase, just the steady flow. The night is mine, the streets I know. I am the midnight gentleman, alone, refined. I move with purpose,
leaving no sign. The world can roar, the city can spin. I remain still, a calm within. Night whispers, I answer with grace, a quiet life, a steady pace.
The streets are hard, the sidewalks cold. Stories of the night quietly unfold. I move like a shadow across concrete, every heartbeat measured, steady, discreet. The neon sings, the smoke curls high. I pass unnoticed as hours fly. Life rushes past in urgent tides. I remain still where calm resides. Concrete and shadows, my silent world. A man in motion, edges curled. No eyes can find me, no hands can touch. I live quietly, it matters much. Electric guitar hums a sorrow tune. Bass carries the weight of a quiet moon. Drums whisper the passage of time. I walk alone, deliberate, sublime. Every corner a mirror, every street a page. I navigate the night, a quiet sage. No need for glory, no need for fame. I carve my life, leaving no name. Concrete and shadows, my silent world. A man in motion, edges curled. No eyes can find me, no hands can touch. I live quietly, it matters much. The night dissolves, the city awakes. I fade away, whatever it takes.
neon crying in the rain, like it knows the weight I hold. Every promise sounds the same when you've learned to walk alone. I don't answer when they stare, eyes low, hands in my coat. Life taught me to prepare before the coldest snow. I don't explain my reasons, they wouldn't understand. Some seasons stay unspoken, some truths stay in your hand. These streets don't need my words, they already know my face. I've been quiet, I've been hurt, I learned the value of my pace. I don't announce my leaving, I don't argue with the past. I move like I'm believing that silence always lasts. Men get loud when they feel small, I've been there, I chose the dark. I'd rather lean against the wall than leave another mark. I count my steps, I count my scars, I don't count who's to blame. I learned how to read the stars without ever saying my name. These streets don't need my words, they hum beneath my shoes. I've watched the brave and the absurd, I've watched the broken choose. I don't stay for conversation, I don't stay for the fight. I walk with quiet concentration through the spine of the night. Silence ain't weakness, it's discipline learned. Every scar I carry is a lesson earned. I don't fold under pressure, I just slowly align. Every move I measure, every step is mine. Streetlight flickers like a breath, I pass under, then I'm free. Another man outruns his death, I just let it walk with me. These streets don't need my words, they know the sound of calm. I don't sing like other birds, I stay low, stay warm. If you ask where I've been, I'll just nod and pass. Some men leave noise behind, I leave empty glass, no words, just footsteps fading. No words, just footsteps fading. No words, just footsteps fading. I move those streets where the night holds tight. Every corner whispers in soft twilight. The city sleeps, but I remain awake. Each deck a story, each breakfast day. Windows flicker with lives I don't touch. I glide unseen, it doesn't take much. Every glance, every movement precise. I navigate life without paying a price. Walk in shadows, I leave no trace. Through smoky night, I find my place. No eyes follow, no voices hear. I'm moving silent, calm and clear. They sound steady, guitar cracks warm, drums whisper sorrowfully through midnight storm. Every decision, every choice measured, the quiet life patiently treasured. I am the calm when the city roars, man unseen behind closed doors. No applause, no frame on midnight. I move in purpose out of sight. Walk in shadow, I leave no trace. Through smoky night, I find my place. No eyes follow, no voices hear. I move in silence, calm and clear. Proud men's unsold. Three a.m. tells the truth. The daylight hides. No audience, no proof. Just you and your mind. I've chased applause before. It cost me sleep. Now I value something more. I value deep. I don't flex my scars, I don't advertise pain. Some men count their bars, I count what remains. remains. Nothing to prove at 3 a.m. No one watching me breathe. I don't pretend, I just let myself be. No trophies, no crown, no need to be brave. I stay on my ground, quietly behave. City hums like it knows exactly who I am. I've been high, I've been low, now I just stand. I don't compete with ghosts, I don't chase my youth. I toast to the losses that taught me a truth. Nothing to prove at 3 a.m., no script to perform. I don't condemn, I just stay warm. If judgment knocks, I won't answer the call. I learned the cost of caring at all. Freedom isn't loud, it barely breathes. Strength isn't proud, it quietly leaves. I don't need validation from a world that lies. I made peace with isolation and learned to rise. Streets empty like my phone, that's how I like it now. I've learned how to be alone without asking how. Nothing to prove at 3 a.m., just me and the night. I don't pretend, I don't fight. When morning comes, I'll already know. I stayed numb and still grew. 3 a.m., no witnesses. Jazz doesn't interrupt a man. It waits till he's done thinking. Notes bend just enough to understand why he's drinking. I chose a seat where sound was low, where reflection lives. I didn't come here to let go, I came to give weight to thoughts I never voiced, give space to what remains. Some men shout to prove a choice I sustain. The bass walks slowly through the room like a man with years. I learned restraint makes plenty room for fear. I've broken things I couldn't fix by rushing my hand. Now I move deliberate, slow and strict, like a plan. The drummer brush knot struck the truth, and I agreed. Violence wasted half my youth, calm, free. Jazz lets you finish before it speaks. I didn't stay for closing time or anyone's concern. I left when silence felt aligned with what I'd learned. Outside my shadow followed suit, nothing to defend. A man who listens learns the route to end. Jazz faded, but it understood. I sit at the corner of the bar, candlelight painting my thoughts. Every string of the guitar hums a story I cannot tell. The air smells faintly of smoke and varnish. Time slows, the night breathing with me. I reflect on the day, the choice is hidden. Moments where patience was my companion. Silence my alley, every glance I offered, every word I withheld. Measured, considered, deliberate. The bartender hums a tune, a soft brush on drums. It aligns with the rhythm of my pulse. I sense the shadows leaning in, observing, yet I am unshaken, grounded, calm. I let the night carry me through its quiet corridors. No display, no need for recognition. A gentleman navigating internal storms with a presence that whispers without a sound. The music fades, the candle dies down. I rise, coat in hand, leaving softly. The bar keeps its secrets, and our mine both disappear into the night together. jazz bar hums low, candlelight flickers, guitar stretches notes warm, bass flows steady, drums brush soft, marking time in the shadows. I sit, glass in hand, fully present, fully still. Segment 2. Reflection. Every choice considered, every struggle silent, life navigated without display or notice. I measure each thought, each breath, each glance, a gentleman moving in quiet intensity. Segment 3. Observation. Patrons laugh, conversations rise and fall. I know the subtleties, the hidden movements of the night. No one sees the depth within, yet every motion carries weight and intention. Segment 4. Self-awareness. Candlelight mirrors calm determination. Every flicker aligns with deliberate thought. I navigate the evening, fully composed, internal storms handled with quiet mastery. Segment 5. Departure. The night wanes, I rise, coat over arm, step outside where streets lie silent. A man moves in discreet intensity, leaving only traces of deliberate calm behind. Calm behind. I walk the streets where the night breeze low, every light a whisper, every shadow I know. The city sleeps but I'm awake, unseen. Silent steps echo where no one has been. Smoke curls through the alleyways I pass, a fleeting ghost, like the memories that last. I watch the world from corners, quiet and still. Decisions made with iron, tempered will. I leave no trace, only whispers in the dark. A moving silhouette, a lone man with a spark. I breathe in silence, I speak and I move through the night when no one hears my cries. Street lights flicker like the thoughts in my mind. Every heartbeat measured, every step refined. I've learned the art of patience, the power of restraint. In a world of noise, my quiet is my pain. And when the dawn breaks, I vanish like smoke. No one sees the man, only the words he spoke. I am the calm, the storm you can't foresee. A shadow walking alive and free. I leave no trace, only whispers in the dark. A moving silhouette, a lone man with a spark. I breathe in silence, I speak and I move through the night when no one hears my cries. I am the shadow, the silence, the night. I move in purpose, out of sight.
I walk the streets where the city exhales. Neon reflections tracing my trails. The night is heavy, thick with thought. Every step deliberate, every lesson taught. Windows glow with stories I can't tell. Faces drift past like a passing bell. I move unnoticed, a shadow in grace. A man who treads softly, leaving no trace. Silent horizon, I chase the night. No need for noise, I follow the light. Every move measured, every breath mine. I move in silence through space and time. Warm bass hums like a heartbeat low. Electric strings weak with a subtle glow. Drums whisper like rain on the stone. I take the night as my very own. Every corner holds secrets, quiet and deep. I walk alone, yet the city keeps its pulse, its rhythm, but I remain. A moving enigma in the midnight rain. Silent horizon, I chase the night. No need for noise, I follow the light. Every move measured, every breath mine. I move in silence through space and time. Dawn arrives, the shadows fade. A man in the night, a path he made.
Every step a story, every breath a vow. I walk where the city doesn't know how. The lights are dim, the air is thick. I move like a thought, subtle and slick. I see the noise, I see the lies. I'm moving quiet, I analyze. Nothing escapes the man in the shade. Every choice deliberate, every move made. Silent steps, a life unseen. I roam the night, calm, serene. No applause, no eyes to meet, just the rhythm of my own heartbeat. Electric strings on my mood, bass and drums in a quiet interlude. I walk alone, but I am free, a man of purpose, silently. Through empty streets, through midnight rain, I carry my past, I carry my pain, but I move forward, steady aware, a gentleman living in the cool night air. Silent steps, a life unseen. I roam the night, calm, serene. No applause, no eyes to meet, just the rhythm of my own heartbeat. Shadows fade, dawn will rise, but I will move unseen wide. Shadows fade, dawn will rise, but I will move unseen wide. Unseen. Unseen. The candle dances, flickering across my glass. Reflections bending in the amber hue. Guitar hums warm, bass lays soft beneath. The drums brush gently like whispered secrets. I trace the night with my thoughts,
deliberate. Every choice measured, every move refined. Patrons laugh, unaware of the weight I carry, the quiet strength of a man who moves unseen. Smoke curls in slow, lazy spirals. I feel each note, each breath, each hesitation. Life's struggles are hidden behind calm eyes. Every internal storm handled without display. The world outside roars, but I remain contained. A gentleman navigating darkness with purpose. Every glance, every gesture is intentional, yet my presence is felt without a sound. When the bar empties, I rise slowly, coat in hand, disappearing into night streets. No trace, no fanfare, only the subtle echo of a man moving quietly, fully aware. Fully aware.
Footsteps soft against the cold pavement. Every night carries a quiet statement. I watch, I wait, I never speak. A silent figure in the city's mystique. Street lights flicker, casting smoky halos. Life rushes past like a fleeting shadow. I move with purpose, never in haste. Every choice considered, nothing to waste. Shadows whisper low, secrets in my stride. I move unseen, with nothing to hide. No eyes follow, no one to see the quiet rhythm that lives in me. Guitar hums warm, bass holds me steady. Drums like a pulse, calm and ready. I navigate life with hands in control. A man of silence, a measured soul. Every street a canvas, every corner a frame. I leave no mark, yet I play the game. The night is mine, the city my stage. A quiet dancer, unseen sage. Shadows whisper low, secrets in my stride. I move unseen,
with nothing to hide. No eyes follow, no one to see the quiet rhythm that lives in me. I fade into the night's embrace. A gentleman's journey, quiet grace.
The bar hums softly, lights dim and golden. I cradle my glass, watching ripples like distant memories. Guitar bends low, bass hums steady beneath it. Drums brush like rain, tapping on a silent window. I think of the life I navigate quietly. Every victory understated, every struggle contained. The conversations float by, I nod politely, yet no one senses the deliberation behind my eyes. A stranger laughs, the sound light but fleeting. I trace the movement of shadows along the wall. I remember yesterday, the choices I made. All wait, all silent, all unseen. I tilt my glass, feeling the warmth linger. The candle flickers in reflection, a private stage. I am here yet not, a presence felt not seen. A gentleman holding the night in his hands. As the hour wanes, as I rise slowly, the chair slides without protest, leaving no mark outside. The world moves unaware. Inside I carry calm, intensity, discretion.
The night is deep, the city wide.
where secrets like to hide. Every step deliberate, slow, refined. A shadow moving, leaving nothing behind. Windows shimmer, streets lie bare. I breathe in the midnight, the smoky air. Every heartbeat, a note in my song, a quiet rhythm that carries me along. Echoes in the dark, calling my name. I move in silence, free of the game. No one notices, no one knows the quiet strength in which I grow. Warm guitar hums, bass holds me near. Drums whisper secrets only I hear. I watch, I wait, I act with care. A lone gentleman unaware. Life is loud, but I am calm.
I navigate nights with quiet charm. No one to follow, no one to see. I am the man I choose to be.
Echoes in the dark, calling my name. I move in silence, free of the game. No one notices, no one knows the quiet strength in which I grow. Then the night dissolves, but I remain. A shadow walking through the midnight rain. The night falls around the jazz, dim and warm. Candlelight catching the edges of my thoughts. Guitar breeze, bass hum steady, drums brush soft. Every note a companion to my quiet reflection. I hold my drink, contemplate choices and losses. Every struggle handled without display. The world rushes unaware of the calm intensity here. I move with subtle purpose, every motion deliberate.
they'll never get sight of me. The music and shadows carry me deeper, but gentlemen fully present, yet unseen. I rise only when the last candle fades. Step lightly into streets that sleep oblivious. No trace left behind, no announcement made, only the soft imprint of quiet resolve. The night retreats, but I remain. The man moving in silence, deliberate, discreet, intent.
I sit alone where the shadows fall. Candlelight dances on a darkened wall. A glass in hand, thoughts run deep. Secrets I hold, promises I keep. The night is still, the bar hums low. I watch the world in its quiet flow. Every choice weighed, every word unsaid. I move with purpose, quietly led. Candlelight reflections, flickering slow. I am the man no one truly knows. Through silent struggles, through the night, I navigate life without a fight. Guitar hums warm, the bass holds steady. Drums brush soft, the rhythm ready. I breathe in calm, exhale restraint. A life deliberate, never faint. The world is loud, but I remain, observing quietly through joy and pain. No need for show, no need for fame. I sit in shadows untouched by claim. Candlelight reflections, flickering slow. I am the man no
one truly knows. Through silent struggles, through the night, I navigate life without a fight. Candle burns low, the night drifts on, a gentleman's journey quietly drawn.